G'day, this is Captainoob, and this is a quad railway rifle with bullets exploding for area damage and 50% slower braking. And that tertiary legendary effect I think is pretty decent for a railway gun, because I've found through testing my other ones that I did previously is that this thing doesn't have the greatest amount of longevity about it. So getting that 50% slower braking is actually really nice. And I just did a run before, and because I wasn't recording properly, the mic wasn't plugged in, I was using the wrong thing, I went from 200% down to that. So it's got a couple more runs in it before it kicks the bucket, so I can personally attest to its durability now. That's very nice. Now, the railway rifle in and of itself is a pretty powerful weapon, especially when you've got the automatic piston receiver on it, because it does a whole lot of DPS very, very quickly. Now, extending that mag capacity fourfold with quad allows you to expand your DPS over a much longer period of time, and you can do a whole lot of damage very, very quickly with it. So much so that the quad railway gun was a choice weapon for soloing the Queen or the Scorchbeast Queen. That's the same thing. And the Earl, the big Wendigo ATST looking fella that you find in the mine when you nuke that. Obviously the prefix or the secondary legendary effects would usually be quad for that, because lucky for that, because using quad with lucky would just give you massive crit damage. But there's an advantage to using the bullets exploding for area damage, because what you can do with that is chain gun foos together, because your bullets will get there instantly. It just changes that slow moving splat to a hit scan bullet, which is great because you can, at long range with this long-ass 192 range barrel we've got on this thing, just gun through over a giant amount of space very, very quickly. And if you've got a big open space with lots of targets around everywhere, then you're going to absolutely wreck. So that's going to be really, really good to see. And we're doing 103 damage. You know, what we'll do is we'll chuck on some of these perks, and then we're going to see what kind of damage we can get from it then. Yes, we'll do that. Demo Expert goes on because we've got the explosive bullets, and then Bloody Mess goes on as well. We've got Sneak, we've got Gunfoot maximum, so we can get up to 30% multiplicative damage if we end up finding a fourth target, which is good. Critical Savvy, better criticals for getting those guaranteed shots and making those guaranteed shots even stronger. Grim Reaper Sprint, so we can, if we've got targets inside and AP in hand, we can go and target even more things to extend the gun food chain. Tenderizers there just to make sure we hit something a little bit harder if we want to hit them for a little bit. Might be useful against the Milo Queen, Scorchbeast, or possibly even Swan, the big behemoth fella. And a little bit of Sneak to get some extra damage that way. And Covert Operative is there. Don't really use those all that much, but it is nice to have them there, I suppose. And Nerd Rage is there. We're not going to be going anywhere near the Nerd Rage threshold, but it is what it is. We'll have that anyway, just in case we ever need to get ourselves out of a sticky situation. Got follow through as well, so if we want to sneak attack crit something, we're going to do 40% multiplicative, and if they explode, they're going to set that off if we're sneaking as well. But we're going to just get a little bit extra crowd control value out of this thing, and with all of those perks applied, we get 207. Alright, let's go. Okay, so here we are outside of Euthanasia. It's time to jump on the train of consequences and see how we go, shall we? Oh yeah. I think I recall myself saying at one point that I think the railway rifle is overrated, and I think there's a bit of egg on my face about that. Look at this concentrated fire go. Yes, the gun foo, it's real at the moment, and then we get cucked out of the VATS during the reload there. That's okay, we couldn't hit him anyway, right? Sometimes VATS will target something that it knows it won't hit, yet it'll keep the lock on anyway, so you gotta be wary about that. But that was a big gun foo run right there. So, also, you'll notice that I didn't use the mask. I took it off because look at this, hang on. If I put this on, it looks really dumb, by the way, so prepare yourselves. But it's not even aligned to my face, Winter's face, it's not mine. But if you look, the eyes are like halfway down the thing. You can barely bloody see anything. So if you whack that on, you're likely to miss more VATS targets, I reckon. Okay, now we're inside the train of consequences. So we'll set the ball rolling. We'll be clicking off the kills. The train of consequences, my boxcar life of style. Also, if you're standing too close to an enemy, you'll get a little bit of a stagger, because I think back in Fallout 4, I was looking through the files one time on the creation kit. Found that there's a little bit of a stagger enchant on the railway gun. It's just a little bit, and I think that is reflected on the explosive one. So sometimes you can give yourself a little bit of a stagger like you saw there. So if you're going to be point blanking stuff, just be aware of that. Only happens with the explosive variants where you'll actually catch a little bit of the splash. That's okay. We'll keep on going here. We'll try to get a gun through chain if we can. Not gonna happen, is it? Don't think so. It's just not really open enough to really utilize gun through that way, but we can take it room by room and clear them out very easily there. Now, you kind of want to use this thing all the time in VATS because it'll just compensate for all of the recoil on it, so do that. But that's okay though, because this thing barely uses any AP at all. Like, it's staggering the amount that it doesn't use. You expected a giant, heavy, long-barreled rifle, automatic rifle type weapon would use up heaps. It really doesn't, so that's good. The biggest flaw, I think, with this weapon is the ammo weight, because these things, the spikes that it fires, they weigh the same as a 40mm grenade. So even though I've got, let's say, I don't know how much I've got. Just switch on over. We've got, yeah, just over 1100, about 11,500. I'm holding 23 weight, so I don't think that sells me on this thing entirely, but I think I'd like to keep one around just in case there's a scorched earth going on and, you know, you've got a couple of minutes to grab yourself a good weapon to do enough damage or just help out the event a little bit. I think that's where you want to use these, because using them daily, probably not a good idea. But as you can tell, this thing is just crushing everything. It's just smashing it. It's really good. So we'll move on to the ghouls and we'll try something a little bit different with them. Okay, instead of slowly clicking off the kills as we're going through room by room, this time I'm going to gather all of the ghouls into one place, and then I'm going to see if I can get a big gun through chain. So what we'll do is we'll grab our ghouls and we'll grab a couple more, and they can all meet me on the middle of the floor. The air is thick and smelling with ghouls. So they'll swap to the left, we've got a sidestep to the right, we'll punch that one just to get him up and about, because the fatty is the lazy bastard. He doesn't want to get up and do anything, he just wants to get aggroed when you're close to him and then one-shot you. Excuse me, fellas, coming through, just going to stim pack just so I don't get killed before I even get outside the door. And looks like everything is okay here, everything is in order. Now, where's Bambi and its mate? There you are, see ya. Right, that's them taken care of. So all eyes on me, please. And yeah, keep hitting me. See what that does to my adrenal reaction and also unyielding armor. Hey, all right. So there's the fatty. We gotta watch him because he's got the potential to one-shot. And I thought they were running off to go and kill a bear that might have spawned over there, but no, they're just having their pathing broken. We'll hop over here. Notice how they all stop when you're in the air, because you break their pathing so much they don't even know what to do. And whoops, almost got whacked there. And we've gathered a nice herd at the moment. I'm going to wait until we get a little bit more. Just going to stim pack to make sure I don't die. Yes, keep hitting me. See how that works for you. Every time you hit me, I get closer to nerd rage. And when that happens, you know what's... Fuck off, phone. And, what's going to happen then is I get more VATS accuracy. So that's good. So whilst you're all paused... Oh, yeah. Hold that mouse button down. Big gun through chain right there. Yeah, I feel like that was decent payoff. Yeah. That was certainly better than my first run at it, because I jumped over the fence and then... hang on, I think the ghouls have picked a fight with something that's not jumping out of their way. That's it. Get out of here. Or is it a... No, it's a Grafton monster. Now, these guys are quite tanky, so I want to go and, you know, wreck him. I don't know what he's attacking, but he's going to be alive not much longer. So, yeah. We're just sitting in his viral spews of acid and random bits of oil that he leaves. Alright, let's shake it up a little bit more this time. I'm going to not use VATS until we encounter Swan, just so you can see exactly how bad my aim is and also how much more effective this thing is in VATS. And there's a whole lot of reason to use it in VATS normally. with non-explosive projectiles at least, but with the hit scan explosive projectiles, it does make it fairly easy. As long as you can control the recoil, you just sort of click on things and then they go away, which is great. Especially when you get direct hits or possibly even headshots. That's pretty good. Don't even have to hit them. It's got a high base damage, so the way explosive works is it gives you a percentage of what your weapon does, and if your weapon does high base damage, the explosives will be powerful, and we can utilize that fairly well against those chumps there. But we're going to go full auto VATS against the head against one. Hopefully I've got a crit loaded, because I would want to start this fight off with a guaranteed shot. Looks like it'll be close to guaranteed anyway. Main caution, yeah baby. Notice how much his health went down after he stopped his invincible animation thing. Yeah, that was good. Probably should have just targeted the torso there, and we might want to do the same against the crabs. If they're all fighting the crackheads over there, though, that will be good, because we can get a big gun-through chain happening. Never mind, headshots seem to work pretty well here. Have they got a hardcore Mylurk King over there? Maybe. See the... No, it's just a random dude with a stick, and there's the hardcore Mylurk King. He goes down. Really? Alright, that was easy. And now we can sort of circle around here and take the Mylurk Queen on. We'll try to get her up. We've got to remember not to shoot at her while she's doing her big scary roar animation. Here I am, she says. Yeah, we don't care. There we go, that's better. See, that's the kind of damage I wanted against Swan. Think of that. That's like the time to kill that it would have been like with Swan, but like twice as fast, so keep that in mind. That's how the first one went. Alright, Scorch time. Let's have some Nuka-Cola My Bloods in it, and some Radex, so the Scorchbeasts don't stand next to us and kill us with body odor, eh? And here's the thing about taking on Scorchbeast like this, is that you can do really well. We've actually activated the follow-through bonus there, and we'll be looking to utilize that as he's coming closer. But using the hit scan projectiles to plink at his defenses when he's close enough, full auto, and no dice there. Alright, he is a legendary fella, and he keeps flying out of range, the bastard. Come closer. I'm bloody sick of this nonsense. Now you're going to do that. Fine, extend the video out to more than what it's supposed to be. Didn't do this last time, the bastard. Alright, we'll try to chase him. There we go, that's what you want to see. You jumpy bloody bat. What'd you give me? You know what, you can keep that. You'll need it in the afterlife, so you can be even shitter then. And we've spawned the second one there. We'll try to aggro him. Way too far out of range there. We've got a bunch of chumps just showing up, so we'll get a bit of, I guess, adrenaline maintenance here. That'll do. Oh yeah, big gun through chain. That's what you want to see. Really scooping into that multiplicative damage right now. And you're invincible whilst you're landing, but that's okay, because I can wait till you land and then fill you with explosive lead. Just explosive bullet lead thingies. Righto. And that's about it from him. We might get the third one out of here in a second. You bet we would. And so yeah. No time to regenerate with a time to kill like that. And we've even got some supplementary Colonel Gutsies to deal with too. Any more robots in here? Nope, just the one. Interesting. I feel like there used to be a lot more spawns there, but maybe they just kept fighting with all of the other monsters. Who knows? We'll take out these ghouls as I'm trying to sum up my thoughts on it. I think it's an exceptionally powerful weapon. This fire rate and, explosive fire rate and the crit damage variety, obviously the holy trinity of really powerful and strong railway guns. And I would recommend you using one. Probably not for daily use, unless you want to spec into something like Ammo Smith or whatever, or you want to like pick up things from corpses. It's a totally possible thing you can do that. But I'd suggest using a weapon like this maybe for like queen runs only. If you're doing a Scorched Earth server and trying to finish that as fast as possible with a few mates or something, or just in general, and you want to just do a whole lot of damage real fast, the mum says you got 5 minutes left, you got a Scorched Earth thing, you whip one of these things out, don't worry, you'll get to bed on time, and you'll get your allowance. I'm going to repair it, because why not? That's nice. So yeah, I've enjoyed this weapon. It is sort of efficient because you can get through a lot of enemies fairly quickly. It's just that the ammo weight might either make you carry less ammo around, which means more visits even to the ammo station to get yourself more, just to replenish your things, or rather you're going to carry a lot and then sort of overcapacity yourself, because like 23 weight, and it'll be a lot less now, but that ain't nothing. You could almost carry a whole damn rifle for that kind of weight at this stage, so you know, it ain't nothing. So yeah, maybe keep a few of these on you, use it for special occasions, use it to wow your friends in the amount of damage you can do, but maybe grab something smaller and lighter and something you can mass produce rounds a lot more easily for, like a fixer. A Tesla would be nice as well, just run and use that in VATS and you'll do a shit ton of damage that way. So yeah, I do recommend it, but maybe recommend it in moderation, unless you're really adamant about crafting as many spikes as possible, which I suppose it is easy to do, having only the one crafting component to do it, but honestly, I think that is the biggest flaw of the weapon. Maybe if you want to grab yourself something like the armor weight, or the weapon ammo weight, something like that, that'll probably not go astray either, so you could do that if you want to, but I think that's about it for this video. Definitely recommend this one, and if you want to mess around, try to trade for one, I'm guessing they're going to go for an extremely large amount of caps, because what you saw there, I mean, it's almost legacy power. It's obviously not, but it just gets through many enemies that quick that it's just something you just need to have. It's almost a must-have, like a Gauss shotgun, I guess, and the fact that I call them overrated shows how much I know. Maybe I'm just a fuckwit. And on that note, thank you very much for watching.